Hey guys, and welcome to the first episode of Road to Atomic Camo. Today we'll be covering the STG-44 assault rifle and going into some detail around, of course, easier ways for you to get this weapon gold, and of course a bit of gameplay in the background showing off how good this weapon actually is. Now, I've dropped countless nukes with this weapon. I've got a lot of really high gameplays with this weapon, and yeah, it's just a lot of fun to use in general. Now, on screen right now you can see the general class setup that I rocked for the majority of getting this gun gold. Of course, a couple of the attachments are unlocked towards the tail end of this weapon and ranking them up, but in general this is the setup on the actual class that I was using. So typically I would rock the M1 bazooka as a secondary to this weapon the majority of the time, just to try and get those launch challenges done in parallel, because again, they are a little bit easier to do in this game than previous games. So yeah, it's always nice to be able to get these done alongside and whilst just playing this game in general. So yeah, that's what I would always rock. Or I tell you what, the 1911 is a really good sidearm for this as well. I'm level 30 with it. I've absolutely been loving using this weapon, and yeah, I really like those two secondaries for this gun. Again, perks, we use Dauntless, which is again allows you to be immune to movement reducing effects. Radar, which again, enemies on the radar, enemies appear on your minimap when they fire unsilenced weapons. And of course, Scavenger, you pick up ammo from dead bodies on the ground, helps you replenish and run and gun that bit more. Again, Mark II frag grenade and the stim are the two lethal and tacticals I've been rocking for the entire time. But anyway, on to the STG. Now, this is the setup I would typically use, and this is the setup where the gun has no recoil. When I mean no recoil, I literally mean it does not move. And this gun is by far probably one of the most steady weapons in the game, and the setup that we've got on right now really helps with, one, get those kills from longer range without actually moving or controlling the recoil, and two, helps you get those camo challenges extremely quickly. So again, the muzzle, we're starting with the Mercury silencer. Again, gives you extra sound suppression and recoil control as well. The VDD 760mm 05B barrel, again, highly accurate and controllable, reduced scope, sway and gun bob, and additional damage range, so it kind of compensates for these silencer damage range loss as well. The slate reflector optic, my favorite go-to. The VDD 34S weighted, again, 4+ aim down sight, recoil control +3 accuracy, and +2 flinch resistance as well. Really good. The Carver foregrip, the first one you unlock, but the best one by far. Again, 2 additional recoil control points as well, along with hip fire accuracy, but you don't really need that second one. Magazine wise, the 8mm Kurz 45 round drum mag. This one for me gives you 45 rounds in an STG. You can take up to maybe 4, 5, even 6 sometimes people out with one mag if you're accurate. It's ridiculously good, and on hardcore for getting long shots and stuff, this mag really does be in your favor and in your corner. Ammo type hollow point is the best one, increases limb damage. Again, it just helps with if you're not accurate with the chest or the head and you shoot them in the arms or the legs, you have got an increased damage, and of course you can get the kill in a little bit quicker as well, so it always helps. Pine tar rear grip, again, +2 recoil control and then +1 hip fire accuracy. Again, hip fire accuracy doesn't really matter too much, but again, it's there if you need it. Now onto the proficiency in the kit. These are the two really important ones that you need to have correct on this weapon to really get the most out of it. The first one is vital, increases area or critical hits. Now, critical hit would typically only count if you shoot enemies in the head. If you have vital on, you can shoot them here in the chest and it will do the same damage that a headshot will do. It's broken, really, to be honest, and to have it on a gun which doesn't move and there's no recoil with the weapon, game over. Honestly, the vital is such a ridiculous perk, if you will, weapon perk to have on, but yeah, it's definitely worth having on. And of course, the kit fully loaded, I would typically always have that on. Again, just gives you full starting ammo as well as the 45 round mag as well, so yeah, you are absolutely stocked. If you don't have fully loaded, surplus is a really good one to use. Again, it gives you extra XP, but again, fully loaded is the go-to. Now, going into some of the camo challenges and how to get them a little bit quicker. Now, the camo challenges, of course, for Vanguard, I would say a little bit easier to get than a Cold War, but a lot more grindy. So they're easier challenges to complete. You've just got to grind to complete them, if that makes sense. So there are a couple of kill challenges on here, so we'll go through those quickly. So the 400 eliminations, which again is this one at the very start, the pack tactics. And you've also got, I believe, Wildcat, which again, yep, here we go, 250 eliminations with 10 attachments on as well. And then I believe there's also one for kills without dying. Yeah, there we go. So they're essentially all the exact same. You can get all of those three when doing the same thing at the same time. So we'll count all of those together. So to get the kills a lot easier, again, I personally really enjoy Hardcore Blitz, which is on game modes where there's loads and loads of people. Like sometimes there's 16 versus 16, and then you're playing hardcore. So if you're in a spot where you can, I don't know, kind of see where they're spawning from, they're running to or from an objective, etc., you're gonna get loads and loads of kills with this thing and get it really, really fast. Hardcore Blitz is a really good one as well to complete other challenges, but also just to absolutely spray when you can see people. And it really helps with this weapon to spray because, again, 1, no recoil, 2, 45 round mag, and of course you've got all of the ammo with that as well, so you don't have to look around for a scav mag really, or a scav pack from dead enemies, so you can afford to sit in one area and shoot from long distance. And 3, if you put an ACOG on this thing and you try to cross map people, you could also do long shots in the same one, and also you get all of those kills as well. This one, I think I did this in a couple of games. It was that ridiculous. I think maybe 5, 6, 7 games you'll complete this if you do kind of find a good spot. For example, on Red Star, this is a really good one as well. If you are sitting on top of the building, or if you're sitting inside one of the buildings, it's a really, really good spot to I don't know, cross map people and to get those kills as well. So yeah, that's a really, really good way of getting the kills fast. With this one, again, with headshots, again, I did a video the other day on how to get headshots a lot easier, and it actually does involve the same tactic with sort of sitting back and picking where you're shooting. Red Star is also a really good way to do this also, and sitting behind a deployable shield on hardcore using a ACOG scope and shooting across the map really, really does help. Again, for more details on how to get the headshots easier, the long shots or the point blanks, I've done videos on all of them, so go back and check those out. They really do go into detail, and they really, really do help with that as well. Multi-kills, again, you'll be doing this the exact same, so this is just double kills or triple kills or whatever it might be. Again, you'll do a lot of these challenges you can do simultaneously. It's just the issue is ranking the gun up, and we'll get into that very, very shortly. Again, kills without dying, again, as we mentioned, you do use those tactics. Long range kills also use those tactics. Point blanks or close range kills, they're not point blanks anymore, they are close range kills. Now, a close range kill, again, it can be determined. It doesn't have to be literally next to or on top of someone. It can just be a couple of meters in front of you. It doesn't have to be literally a point blank anymore, which is really, really good news, because this challenge really was a ball ache, to be honest. It really, really was a ball ache for a lot of people, especially on ARs, LMGs, and things like that. Close range kills are way more suited to this, and I'm glad they've made that change. Although the same thing will apply though if you guys are struggling with these close range kills. Go back and watch my point blank video. It is way, way easier to do that, because again, that tactic was to get up and close to people, so that's still going to work no matter what with this challenge anyway. If not, it will work even more in your favor, because you don't have to get that close to the enemy anymore. You can get a little bit further away from them in this aspect, so it will be even better. And of course, the last 3, again, these are attachment ones. It's actually really good using these attachments on the STG as well, because for one, I never really used these attachments, or I never would have really used these attachments if I wasn't going for these camo challenges. And it really gave me an insight into some other really good setups for the STG as well. So again, they are some really fun ones. Again, the most, I think the first one is just get ADS kills, so aim down sight kills. The second one is just headshots. So again, another headshot challenge. And again, I would utilize hardcore for that, as we said earlier on as well. And again, for this 100 kills whilst moving, so again, just aim down sight and sway left to right when you're using the weapon. It really, really does help a lot doing that. And yeah, it's the best way. Now, a couple of ways you can rank the gun up a bit faster. Now, of course, you need to rank the gun up to level 70 in order to get the gold camo, because you need to unlock all of the camo challenges, and you do require to get to level 70 in order to do that. Now, a couple of the ways to do this. Again, you can just go for challenges with the weapon. Again, you can go for the camo challenges. When you get the camo challenges, it will also give you additional weapon XP to rank up your gun as well. So even if the easier ones like kills, go for those. And again, when you do start ranking up and getting those camos, you get XP towards your weapon as well. So again, it's a good tip to follow. Also, headshots and critical hits also really do help with ranking your weapon up as well. Again, they give you extra XP when you get a critical hit, like a headshot or in the chest or something like that. And of course, with that perk on with the STG, it increases the rate of the area for critical hits, so you can hit people in the chest and it will give you that extra XP. So yeah, really, really interesting as well. Also, as I mentioned, surplus, which is another kit, it gives you a 1+ kill XP, so that's also a really good way of doing it as well. It doesn't really add too much, like you're not going to rank up like loads and loads of levels faster, but again, every bit of XP helps towards weapon and level. Now, the main thing that I wanted to share with you guys, I did a video on this the other day, is around operators. Now, if you look on here, operator-wise, there is one person called Roland who is in the Barbarian category that has the STG as his favorite weapon. Now, this means that if you use this STG with Roland, it means that this double XP for the weapon, I didn't know this until like a week or two ago. I did a video on it and it was just, yeah, it blew my mind, to be honest. But this is the best way to rank up a weapon in Vanguard, especially going through all of these specialists. If you have any weapon that these specialists have as their favorite weapon, make sure you use that specialist that favors that weapon, which means you're going to get double XP for that weapon as well. And also gives you double XP for the operator as well. It's yeah, really, really good. And yeah, a cool little feature that they added in on the slide there. But guys, that's going to be the episode for today, the first episode of Road to Atomic, where I'm going to go through all of the weapons in the game and give you some tips on how to get it a little bit easier gold. Now, again, we're going to cover probably the automation next. We're very close to getting that done when it is patched. I'm hoping it's patched at the moment. And then there's going to be a couple of other different weapons like SMGs I'm trying to do, and maybe even some pistols as well, just to break it up a little bit and to make it a little bit more interesting. But guys, I hope you have enjoyed today's video. Drop a like if you have, much appreciated. And yeah, without further ado, I'll see you all in the next one.